Hi, I'm Alistair Mycroft. You may know me as the man that has spent the past 3 months almost exclusively pointing and laughing at the most deranged and delusional man in this sphere of the internet, Forge Warhammer. You know, we've talked quite a lot about Warhammer these past 3 months, and boy oh boy have we uncovered and rediscovered quite a lot of things about old Johnny Fudge, now haven't we? Whether it's Warhammer threatening to molest dogs on onion farms, whether it's Warhammer threatening to molest children in pickup trucks that are bullying him, whether it's Warhammer trying to get myself and Dark Ninja kicked out of our churches, or whether it's Dark Ninja trying to scour the dark web for some DDoS software so he can get infobattles.com taken down. Quite a lot has been uncovered on Warhammer, and we've talked extensively on his antics. Now, you might have noticed that for the past week or so, I have not been doing anything on YouTube. No videos, no shorts, no posts, you name it, I haven't done it. You must be wondering to yourself why. What happened? Where did Mr. Mycroft go? Well, Warhammer, as I've already said, has done a lot of things, and is a lot of things. One of those things in particular just so happens to be that Warhammer is a giant fucking bitch. One could even argue he is one of the biggest bitches in the sector, and that's really saying something. But Warhammer, being the little Grinch that he is there, decided that he was going to try to ruin my Christmas, try to ruin my fun by getting one of my videos on him flagged down. And as a result of that, I received a strike on my YouTube channel and was not able to do anything for over 1 week. But I'm back now. I am back now, and baby, am I more energized than ever. So you're probably wondering to yourself, well, if Alistair's been gone for over a week, I guess one would assume that Warhammer would be taking a break. I mean, one of his most active trolls has been struck down. He's gonna be away for a little while, figure maybe give Warhammer a chance to rest and relax and not make a giant ass of himself on the internet. Well, if you thought Warhammer was going to take a little break from being an idiot, oh, honey child, you don't know. You just don't know. Now, while I was gone, Warhammer managed to upload 3 streams of significance, let's just say. My initial plan was to talk about each in their own separate videos and upload them, but for the sake of time and because I'm fucking lazy, I've decided to condense all 3 of these little streams into one video. Just so you can get a good idea on what the fuck's been going on since I've been away. So, stream number 1, of course, has to involve myself, Swan Kelly, Dark Ninja, and Ethan Ralph, the Ralphamale. Now, Warhammer has called myself and Dark Ninja and Swan Kelly and, to a lesser extent, Ralph, a lot of things there. We've been called Nazis, we're scumbags, we're federal agents, you name it, he's called us that more than once. But one thing that Warhammer has decided to call us, that frankly took me aback, as it did Dark Ninja and Swan Kelly, was that Warhammer decided that he's going to start calling us Amalekites. Now, in case you don't know what an Amalekite is, basically an Amalekite is an Old Testament Bible villain. Yes, they were a group of people that had some beef with the ancient Israelites back in Old Testament times, and, God wiped them out. And apparently, the Amalekites weren't wiped out because, according to Warhammer, myself, the Dark Ninja, and Swan Kelly, and Ethan Ralph are Amalekites. It is very interesting that Warhammer would want to take a shit on Ethan Ralph. especially given what he did in video number 3. But we'll get to that when we get there. But, yeah. Nothing more to talk about there. Just Warhammer threw a tantrum and called myself, Dark Ninja, Swan Kelly, and Ralph the Malachites, and said we're trying to bring back eugenics. You know, the same program the Nazis implemented to get rid of autists. There, okay. So that's video number 1. Video number 2, Warhammer, for whatever reason, decides he wants to imitate Andrew Tate. Now, granted, he'll never be as muscular as Andrew Tate, or handsome, or rich, or successful, or somewhat mentally stable. And he's never going to be Andrew Tate. But he's going to brag like Andrew Tate. And he wants to rub it all in everyone's face that he is better than you. Why? Warhammer just so happens to be better than you because he has a house. Granted, the house in question just so happens to be his parents' house, and he only got the house after his mom dropped dead, but he's a big man because he's got himself a house, and, you know, he's a big boy because he's got himself a truck again. Fucking hand-me-down truck, but still better than us, apparently. And Warhammer's got himself a girly friend now. Oh, yes, no longer will Warhammer have to make love to his hand or that stuffed kitty toy that's always sitting on his coffee table there, or whatever else there. Warhammer definitely has a girlfriend. She's definitely real. There is no cause for doubt or anything. She's a real woman. Okay, granted, we have not seen pictures of this woman yet. This woman has not appeared on camera yet. I'm sure you're thinking to yourself right now, how in God's name would a mentally unstable person like Warhammer, who is on the internet threatening to molest dogs and children that bully him, why the fuck would someone like him manage to get a girlfriend? All I could say to that is shut the fuck up and just go with it. Warhammer is better than you and you're just fucking coping. But don't worry. Don't worry, my fellow non-hard men. If Warhammer can get himself a girlfriend, even if the bitch is probably imaginary, then you can too. So that was video number 2. Surprisingly, that one's still up, okay? I know Warhammer's been going on a privating spree as of late. But for some strange reason, that one in particular is still up. I don't know why. I really don't expect it to be up for much longer after this. But you better believe it's going to be in the Tardhammer playlist after this video is up. So, that's video number 2. Video number 3 is, well, do you remember how I said it's kind of a bad idea? I wonder why Warhammer is going after Ethan Ralph, especially when we get into video number 3. Well, Warhammer, for whatever reason, decides that he no longer wants to go after Ralph. He no longer wants to take a giant shit all over the Ralph mail. And instead has decided that he wants to team up with Ralph. You know, get Ralph involved in this great crusade against the Dark Beaner, the scary penguin man, and the swan with a fake flower there. You know, we're going to get the Ralph male, and the Ralph male is going to decimate us all, and it's all going to be epic and cool and based and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, so Warhammer decides that the best way to get Ralph on his side is to, and I'm not joking here, literally spam his Telegram DMs with videos on Rumble made by Bad Boy Tragic talking about the Dark Ninja. Yeah, we went from Warhammer calling Ralph an Amalekite and a junkie to Warhammer acting like a jilted ex-girlfriend and just spamming Ralph's Telegram DMs there. And the funniest thing about the whole thing is, if you look closely on Ralph's Telegram, you'll notice that Ralph has not been active on Telegram since November 28th. Not kidding. Not fucking kidding. Not since November 28th was Ethan Ralph last active on Telegram. I don't expect Ralph's going to be a happy boy once he gets back on Telegram and discovers Warhammer spamming his DMs. I don't know what response Ralph's going to give Warhammer other than fuck off, faggot. Leave me alone, but who even knows? So, with all that being covered, you must be wondering to yourself, is this the end of talking about Warhammer? No. I was initially going to go after someone else, but now I just realized that, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to keep going. And if I got to lose a fucking YouTube channel to bury Warhammer, then so be it. So, yeah, I'm back, and I'm just getting started, baby.